You talked about a very interesting trade you took some time back.
Yeah.
Can you give us some insight into
Okay,
that?
so I think the one I was telling you about was the lockdown, during the lockdown.
Sure.
March 2020 to be precise. So the lockdown for me was an opportunity where I was clear about what to do in the market.
Sure.
It gave me an advantage because of the clarity. And it's because I have a mentality of using sentiment to determine the direction of the market. Where I want to take my trade should be in the direction of the current sentiment.
From the ethics side of things, you've mentioned the Ukraine war now, and you don't want to have conversations with people that make it seem like you are gaining or making money from other people's losses. But these are the realities. This is exactly what is happening.
Am I the cause of the Russia-Ukraine crisis?
No, you are not the cause.
You see,
it's happening.
Yes. All you can do is to position yourself. You see, the way I see it is this: if you do nothing, most of the time you'll be on the receiving side.
All right. So I'm gonna, ask you to let people know where they can go to make sure that they are tuned in and listening to the right people. Hello and welcome to Trader's Edge. Now, this is where it's not just about trading. It's about understanding the money markets and understanding that it's moving on more than just math. There's also sentiment involved. My name is Titilayo Oyinson. It's a pleasure to be your host here today. And I have an 18-year veteran in the building here. And he has been watching the markets for a while. Over the past almost 2 decades, you've been evolving. So much has been happening. He's been consistently outplaying so many that are also in the same game. And I have a feeling you would like to meet him. His name is Mr. Tope Badejo. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you, Titi. It's good to be here today, and I look forward to having a very pleasant conversation with you.
So, he's looking like a, small young guy, chilling guy, but I need to let you know he is the Regional Director Africa for Squared Financial. So he's a big boy. He knows what he's talking about. That's why we have quite a few questions for him. And speaking,
I must say I'm flattered.
You're flattered. Look how he's just sitting, but he's also holding on to his device because he knows how much money that device can make for him. He knows what's going on and he keeps his handle on everything happening in the market.
Awesome.
That's why Trader's Edge is one of the best places to be if you want to do better in the money markets. It's great to have you here.
Thank you so much.
All right, so let's start by talking a bit about your background and how you started. I know that there's been a lot of evolution in your game. Just let us in on how it began.
Okay, so I started trading 18 years ago, 2007 to be precise. Started in the university, studied chemical engineering. So as a chemical engineering student, I was trying my hands on trading, seriously. By the time I graduated, I knew that that's what I'll be doing for life. I'll be a trader for life. So I'm one of those people that didn't go out there searching for a job. By 2009, I saw another aspect of the business called the IB and partnership angle. So you see, Forex is an ecosystem.
Sure.
It's more than just being a trader. Trading is one part of it. So I saw the partnership side of it. It ventured into it. It gives you another opportunity to create additional income for yourself. Then I think 2021, January, I ventured into brokerage.
Okay. Yes. So you are also acting as a broker, right?
Yes, I represent a broker, Squared Financial.
Represent a broker.
Yes, I represent a broker.
There's a question I've been wanting to ask quite a while. What exactly is it that traders truly want? I know that, yes, we want to make money. And I say we because I'm trying to make it seem like I'm a fantastic trader myself.
But you trade.
Hint, 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 hint. But what do traders really want?
I think traders want fair pricing and execution. That's one thing they need. Because trading on its own, the way you make profit is when you are able to outsmart risk. So you don't want your broker to be an additional layer of risk because there's already risk in the market.
Sure.
You're trying to anticipate that the markets will go up, so you buy. It can go down. So that's a level of risk already. So when you are looking at fair pricing and execution, this is something that traders want. They want that, okay, when they get into the market, they are getting in at the best available price. Their stop losses are not executed before time. Their take profit levels are executed as at the right price. These are the things that I think they need. Then also, when they succeed in making money, allow me to withdraw my money,
so
withdrawal process.
That comfort, that confidence that I won't have issues trying to withdraw my money.
It's or so depositing my money. Sometimes also there's that bottleneck for some people that they experience issues in depositing their money as of the right time when there's the right opportunity. So those are some of the things I think that traders actually need. They don't need anybody to witch hunt them in the market. They want, it's already kind of, they're already on they have the edge of going the other way. You know what I mean? So when they're able to outsmart risk, please, by all means, they want to get the rewards.
So speaking of rewards, there was something you talked about before we came on air. You talked about a very interesting trade you took some time back. I think there was a lot of back and forth in the markets. A lot of people not really able to settle on a decision.
Unsure.
But you were able to.
Yeah.
Can you give us some insight into that?
So I think the one I was telling you about was the lockdown. During the lockdown. March 2020 to be precise. So the lockdown for me was an opportunity where I was clear about what to do in the market. It gave me an advantage because of the clarity. And it's because I have a mentality of using sentiment to determine the direction of the market. Where I want to take my trade should be in the direction of the current sentiment. So the current sentiment as of March 2020 was that there was a lockdown. And if there was a lockdown, there was an asset that was the most interesting, which is what? Crude oil. Crude oil was the exciting asset to jump on during the lockdown. Yeah, because the idea is that there will be there was an anticipation that the price of crude oil should fall because zero vehicular movement, industries are shut down, nobody is traveling. All of that, meaning that demand for crude oil was going to be around zero. And of course, the price of crude oil tanked. But you see, why I say it was unsure for some people? That same period, when there's uncertainty in the markets generally, a lot of people like diving into gold. Because gold is seen as a safe haven. However, gold was range bound during that period. Gold did not skyrocket as expected.
It was undecided.
Yes, it was undecided.
Yes.
You understand? And that's where sentiment comes in. Sentiment helps you to choose the right assets. While gold is a safe haven, during the lockdown, gold was not it was not the best assets to trade.
As at that time.
Good. That's what I'm saying.
But sentiment, the term sentiment, it seems like a buzzword to so many. And it feels like sentiment can change with the snap of your fingers. So what do you say to people who have this conversation with you on sentiments? How do you make that decision? All right.
So the idea of sentiment is that put yourself in the shoes of somebody who has a lot of money in the market. So that's exactly, you're having the mindset of somebody who has a lot of money. If you have a lot of money in the market, you're going to be watching every tick of what is happening. So if you have a lot of money, you should know that the lockdown will affect you. And so you should be thinking of moving your money from one place or one asset class to another. So the idea is that sentiment helps you to gauge investor feelings. Big investors, now that's the quote in quote, big investors, how would they feel at this point in time? Look at during the Russia-Ukraine invasion that started February 2022. You see how it was. Immediately, Russia announced the invasion of Ukraine, the price of crude oil skyrocketed. Immediately. There was no embargo already set by the UN or anything, but big investors are already pricing it in that the price of crude oil will rise because Russia is one of the largest exporters of crude oil, supplying all of Europe and all of that. All of those things affect the way investors think, and they quickly moved money in
We've
that
been
direction.
talking about how investors think now, and it also makes me feel from the ethics side of things. You know, you've mentioned the Ukraine war now, and you don't want to have conversations with people that make it seem like you are gaining or making money from, other people's losses. But these are the realities. You know, this is exactly
Let me come
what
in
is
there.
happening.
Am I the cause of the Russia-Ukraine crisis?
No, you are not the cause.
You see,
but it's happening.
Yes. All you can do is to position yourself. You see, the way I see it is this. If you do nothing, most of the time you'll be on the receiving side.
Interesting.
Do you know, let me give you an example of how you can be on the receiving side. During the Russia-Ukraine crisis, because Ukraine and Russia are large exporters of wheat, the price of bread increased across the world, not only in Nigeria. Remember how a loaf of bread was around 350 naira?
And then before
it was around 800, 1,000 naira.
It's actually almost 2,000 naira now.
You know what I'm saying?
2,000
So what I'm trying to say is, if you do nothing, you're not the one at war, but the war will come to you. Whereas
you could have hedged by actually buying into the situation.
Buying wheat futures.
Buying wheat. So in other words, you would be using the profits from those wheat futures
to offset.
To buy your bread.
Thank you very much. You get it.
Now, it is, from the investor side of things, it does feel like you are at the mercy of this seasonal volatility. There is this jim that happens in your chest sometimes. And you're like, oh my gosh, is this season going to be as good as last year? Or is it going to be worse? And you've mentioned safe havens, but we've not really talked about commodities yet. We've not really talked about stocks yet and all that. Let's talk a bit about other opportunities that exist.
Okay, so beautiful. You see, and like you said, commodities and stocks are assets that most of the time are linked with seasonality. So the idea is that the markets have cyclical patterns. I need you to understand that.
Okay.
People need to understand that every market has its cyclical patterns. The only thing is that you have not been able to observe the cycle. Let me give you an example. Do you know that in the asset called corn,
sure,
the one we eat,
yes,
between the months of May and August, there's usually a decline. Go and fact check me.
In corn.
Go and fact check me. Go check the last 10 years. But you see, retail traders do not know these things. They are so focused on gold, Euro, USD. Institutional traders understand what I just talked about. Sure. Because they use that cycle. It's almost like a given.
Yeah.
It's like a given that they would make money. It's the highest probability.
So if from May to August there's a decline, that means automatically from August and above there should be a rise.
Most of the time.
Okay, most of the time.
Yeah.
And of course, corn is such a universally used asset. I'm going to call it an asset all over the world.
Correct.
For even your cereal is made of corn.
Yes.
It's being exported and imported across the world over and over. So it is definitely something to look into.
Yes.
So now I want to sort of give people direction into taking note of these opportunities. How do I go about it?
So for you to understand seasonality, you need to learn from people who are tuned to seasonality.
Sure.
I've just mentioned corn.
Sure.
There's more than corn. Heating oil is there. Gold is there. Look, go and fact check me.
Sure.
Between the months of October and early November, go and check for the last 10, 15 years. The price of gold usually rises. On the back of what? The Diwali season. Yes, on the back of the Diwali season. So, but for you to know these things, you need to, I'll say, be mentored by someone who thinks seasonality. So that's how to start. Just go and learn from people who are already tuned to seasonality so that you can learn the different patterns. There are different stocks even. From Walmart. Walmart has its period when the price of Walmart, the stocks always rise towards the Yuletide,
Oh, yes. Towards Christmas.
Of course.
I was actually going to mention Christmas because I know that immediately after Christmas, I heard from a mentor sitting right here that we should be looking into commodities like copper.
Correct.
Okay.
Because of the Chinese New Year.
Okay.
So post-Chinese New Year restocking makes the price of copper rise because China is going to be making a lot of demand on copper for their production. You know, copper is used for everything, from your phones to cars to everything. Everything.
Yeah, even just wires.
Wiring, you know what I mean?
People in construction that need everything.
So, and these are the opportunities that seasonal, that institutional traders don't miss out on.
Interesting.
Because they are tuned to seasonality.
All right. So I'm gonna, ask you to let people know where they can go to make sure that they are tuned in and listening to the right people.
Okay.
Is there a website they can visit? Are there platforms they can join? Please let us know.
Okay, so you see, at Squared Financial, the broker that I represent, we are a brokerage firm by traders for traders.
Okay.
And that's the beautiful thing about when you have traders in the hierarchy of a brokerage firm. So for us here, especially in the African market, we are so education driven. We are trying to pass the right level of information to people. So one of the things we are doing is to show people these cyclical patterns in the market. So by all means, if you want to understand the seasonality of the markets, you want to understand sentiments trading, please join us at Squared Financial. We have a trade room there where we get every day we are explaining things about seasonality. We're explaining things about
opportunities.
All the opportunities we have in the markets.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't wait to find out who is going to jump on board these opportunities in the next cycle, in the next season. I know I'm looking forward to the Yuletide. Everybody looks forward to Christmas, but I'm looking forward to Christmas for another reason now, because I know exactly what I'm looking out for in the money markets. Now, you've been watching and listening to Traders Edge. It's a pleasure having you here, Mr. Tope.
Thank you for having me, Titi.
Also like to congratulate you. I heard some great news that Squared Financial recently won an award. Let us know exactly what the award is.
Okay, so we're awarded the Forex Trading Platform of the Year 2025 at the BAFI 2025 award. So BAFI is the Banking and Other Financial Institution Award, organized by the prestigious Business Day. So it's not an award that we shouldn't celebrate. We are celebrating this.
Honestly, and I celebrate along with you. It is well deserved and a long time coming.
Thank you for.
All right. So if you haven't heard about it, I know it's all over the internet. You've probably been living under a rock, but Squared Financial might just be that platform that you needed to improve on your money market game. All right, then. My name once again is Titilayo Oyinson. It's been a pleasure being your host today on Traders Edge. See you next time.